Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Raiders roster report. Today, we're going to talk about the Raiders in the safety position, specifically Johnathan Abram, and how the Raiders evaluate Johnathan Abram is going to be crucial to not only free agency but our draft as well. So there's a lot to get into for the Raiders on their roster. We talked a lot about the Leo position and Max Crosby on our last couple of reports. But today I wanted to focus in on Johnathan Abram. So with that, I think we'll talk about, as far as being a number one draft pick, what we're actually looking at here. They drafted him to be a cornerstone of the franchise. So you don't draft somebody in the first round without having that thought in mind. So the conventional wisdom right now is that we're going to bring in a high-price, free safety, John Johnson, and that Johnathan Abrams is only a strong safety or box safety, and all the talk about doing the Derwin James or Jamal Adams, Cam Chancellor type role in the system, and that's kind of the conventional wisdom out there right now. But kind of looking at it a little bit further, I've got some concerns with that. In fact, I don't think Johnathan Abrams is a box safety. I don't think he is the strong safety. In fact, I think there's a very likely chance that he'll be still the free safety. And why I say that is Johnathan Abram is 5'10", 205, and he runs a 4.45 40. And if you take a look at free safeties, like take a look at Earl Thomas, 5'9", he's 205. He ran a 4.43 40. Justin Simmons, 6'2", 202. He ran a 4.61 40. So we're talking about certain body types for these players, and Johnathan Abrams' traits and skill set is that of a free safety. I mean, if we look at John Johnson, who everybody's talking about bringing in, and he's a great player. I'd love to have him, and if we did, so be it. But he's 6 foot 204. It's kind of a theme here. 205, 204, 202. Justin Simmons. Marcus Williams. If you would have brought him in, he's 6'1", 207. So, and then obviously Malik Hooker as well. He's 6'1", 206. He runs a 4.56 40. Trey Boston, another one's being talked about. He's 5'10", 204. Runs a 4.59 40. So the physical traits are there, but not only that. As far as Johnathan Abrams' skill set. Yes, he likes to be a big hitter, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to play at the line of scrimmage to be a big hitter, or that you should. Personally, I know he can play I believe he can play the strong safety position as he's going to be asked, but I just worry about him and his long-term future, because I think if he plays it, he'll go all out with it, but I'm not sure he makes it to a second contract. I think injuries will set in, and I think that's why all these players that I mentioned with their weight and their physical traits are free safeties and not box safeties. And really, I mean, truthfully, and the knock on Abram is he's difficulty in coverage. Well, in Gus Bradley's system, the strong safety position is going to be lined up over the outside shoulder of Leo. Well outside the hash. He's going to be tasked with blitzing from different angles, of course. Run stopping, of course, and then also one-on-one coverage with tight ends and slot receivers, and taking the backs out of the backfield. So you're talking about short yardage coverage, slants, those types of plays, and those are what is the conventionalism is that he's not good at that. So if you put him back at free safety, this is what he is good at, right? He can read and react. It'll be a defined role for him. He'll have the deep third of the field. Of course, he can come up and run support and lay a big hit. If a receiver comes over the middle, that's what he's there for. Thump, right? Make them pay if they come over the middle, and then help out on the boundaries. Just his problem will be play fakes, play action. He can't bite on it, and then just learning the position. Making sure that he knows his number of responsibilities that deep third or that deep middle, I should say, and not get sucked up into the mix. But he'll be able to read, react better, and he won't be in single-man coverage. I mean, this position that we're going to be playing at, that single high free safety, isn't going to be matched up one-on-one that often, right? So this will play much better to his skill set. So that's really what I see for Johnathan Abram in his career. But the evaluation the Raiders do on him is another thing. If they think that he cannot play that position, well, then in comes this man, John Johnson. And he'll be playing that position. So, I mean, that's basically what you're going to be looking at. as far as a high free agency value target would be John Johnson, and that would be great. But that would also mean that Johnathan Abrams is going to be the strong safety, and that is concerning for me because I'm not sure that's his best fit. I think there's other options for the Raiders to at least consider, and as far as building their roster. So, some other candidates for the free safety position, Anthony Harris, of course, being talked about. He's 6'1", 190, and runs a 4.56, so he's athletic enough, and he's good enough. He's a little older. But, signing Johnson or Harris, they're going to be the free safety every down, and they're going to be out there all downs. And Johnathan Abram will be limited down to the box safety. And if that doesn't work, he'll be a backup free safety. And I don't think that's what you want from a first-round pick. Another route the Raiders can go is Malik Hooker, which I think is a real possibility. Very good safety. Unfortunately, ran into some injury concerns. He fits the profile, free safety, 6'1", 206. You can get him on a one-year deal, I'm sure, for a prove-it deal because he was coming off an injury. And this could, allow Johnathan Abrams to still play in the box some and transition to that free safety role and kind of learn under Hooker. So look for that in free agency and kind of understand what that would look like. Same thing with Trey Boston. Same scenario. Yeah, he knows the system and all that. And, that would be another sort of short-term contract and allow Johnathan Abrams to sort of transition. So something to consider. And one player I think is going to come in, and I think he'll just be replacing Jeff Heath and Rashad Jenkins, 6'1", 214. So he profiles more for the strong safety position that we were running. Actually, he does both. He's played both. He was with the Chargers, played free safety, and he filled it for Derwin James when he was out, and he did quite well at the strong safety position. And just to note, the strong safety position, some people that we've talked about have been talked about by Raider Nation. Cam Chancellor, he's the outlier, 6'3", 231, 4'6", 240. But look at the other couple. Jamal Adams, 5'10", 214, runs a 4.56, and then obviously Derwin James, 216, 4.47. I mean, those two guys, that's the prototypical, that's sort of the gold standard for the safety position that we want to run. And Jenkins fits that profile at 214, and he's athletic enough. And he fits right in with those guys. But also, if we look at our own roster currently, we have Javin White, 6'2", 211, perfectly profiles the position. Then Tanner Muse is more like Cam Chancellor, 6'2", 229, and he runs a 4.41. So I'm not saying Tanner Muse is Cam Chancellor, but I'm saying those two guys should get a legit shot at, the strong safety position, if not as a starter, but as backup, just so we can utilize the roster that we currently have. I think it'd be wise to do. And I mean, Tanner Muse should get time at free safety and will linebacker, which I know they want him as a will, but I guess that's a different conversation. But we already have guys on our roster that could, be quality backups, I believe, but also, potential starters, so we don't have to do it. But I do think Rashad Jenkins, either way, is coming into the team and to replace Jeff Heath, kind of do it all, safety, knows the system, would be sort of that veteran in the group. And then, you know what? If the Raiders do decide Johnathan Abrams is a free safety and we go at another route as far as Malik Cook or Trey Boston or drafting somebody, then this man here, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame, I know a lot of Raiders fans are in love with this guy. He could be brought in to play this safety role, which actually he is tailor-made for. He's perfect for it. I've made comments before about Jeremiah, about maybe not being the right pick for the Raiders, and I meant that in the context of being the real linebacker. If you watch his tape, to me, when he's lined up on the hash or inside the hash, which is where the will would be, as Mike drifts over to the strong side, his tape is nowhere near as good as when he's outside, which at the strong safety position, he would be on the outside of the Leo shoulder doing all of those things. Taking the slot receiver, taking a tight end, blitzing from different angles, taking the running back out of the backfield, supporting the run game. He is perfect for it. But do you want to spend the number 17 pick on it? Perhaps. But that's, again, going to come down to the evaluation of Abrams, if he is a free safety or not. I don't think you take him. If you think Johnathan Abrams is going to be a starting strong safety, then there's no reason to take him. And by the way, he's 219 pounds, which fits into Derwin James exactly. So, something to consider. He's 6'2", 216. Derwin James, 6'2", 216. Yeah. So I think it's a huge decision on Abram, and obviously, and I'll do another draft show at another time. But obviously, the other candidate for a free safety spot would be Trayvon Moring out of TCU, excellent player, best in class as far as the free safety goes. So if they do decide they want to pony up the money for John Johnson and Anthony Harris, and Abrams is going to be the strong safety, then Trayvon would obviously be a strong candidate at that 17 pick. So, anyways, Raiders have a big decision to make on Johnathan Abram. It's one one of two decisions that's going to dramatically affect free agency and the draft. That and Max Crosby, how he's evaluated, and we look forward to see what happens. Thanks for listening. If you like it, please hit the button, subscribe to the channel, and I think the next broadcast I do will be on the Raiders perfect roster after free agency. So before free agency hits, I'll try to get it out tonight or in the morning before the tampering period, and I'll show you what I think the perfect Raiders roster would look like, how it would set up, and how aggressive the Raiders can be. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.